I want to see if LOL Esports has it up finally. Probably not, though. Breaks my heart. It's like, dang, Flabbit. They have really good quality, and I can't use it because they don't have it up. Alright, so game 2. If I remember right, this series goes to game 3. Anyways, I'll have dinner soon. Okay, so, game 2. Okay, so Najin's sticking with pretty much similar bands. Ku has picked up the Callista band on red side. Because she's pretty much first pick worthy, and... Shit. I'm sorry. I can't handle it. Well, guys, Vayne is being banned in Korea. It's that time of the year again. Oh shit. And OQ's Vayne, no less. How does Monty react to that? Actually, I want to hear it.
Actually not sure about that one. I don't think that was really the core of that composition, and there is Lulu.
Yeah. Yeah, Monty's like, really? That was so funny. Okay, so. And then LeBlanc banned by Ku as well, so. They're shifting their focus from mid to ADC, actually. Again, I don't think he had to do the Vayne one. They're probably just giving your pick that Prey doesn't play. Unless, did he play Vayne before? Shit. Sorry, this is me again. I know, this is just too good to pass up. Hold on. Has Prey played Vayne? I actually think it was one of his champions that he liked a lot. No. Has he ever played Vayne? Alright. This one's a little longer than the last one. Okay, so how does Duke, or how does Najin, is that the, okay, so they knock in top not again, or they could flex it. So then now Najin has this cool little trick that they can do with Nautilus where they can make him a flex pick between top and bomb lane. I think Duke played a very good Nautilus that game. He had really good use of his ultimates. I mean, his laning phase was but I think Nautilus' laning phase as a solo laner is just meh in general, so. Anyways, alright, Ku, they're going classic Tiger. They're getting Smeb, the Nar God, alright. And now, ooh, here we go. So, here's the cool thing. And I believe this is actually a cool narrative. So, Ku now actually have a new jungler. They have this guy called Wisdom. Let's look at him a bit. I like it. Oh, Hailstorm. So yeah, you play for Spenu. Yes, but everybody played those guys. How much is there? A lot of bruisers. It's like the Korean League looks like. Spenu Champion Spring. Yeah, so a lot of bruisers here. Does he have a op.gg I can look at? Wisdorn. This is investigating a player real fast. I want Korea. So yeah, I need to do a little more research to these guys. Season 4 Challenger. Plenty of jungle play. Yeah, okay, I think this is our guy. I'd be willing to say. Well, Diamond 2? Okay, maybe not. Here we go. Okay, so Ku Wisdom. Here we go. So he's Challenger 1. There we go. About what we expected. Pretty good Lee Sin player. Pretty good Rek'Sai. Alright on Italy. He's got some Gragas stuff. Okay, then if we look and compare him to Hojin. Hojin used to be Lee. Ku Hojin. There's no way that's him. There's no way that Ku Hojin is fucking Diamond 5. There's no way. Is he for real? Because if that's actual account, I will cry. Nope. Whatever, though.
Very powerful for Gorilla in the past, but Duke certainly did really well on it in the top lane in the last game. However, I think that Duke has a massive champion pool and a lot of options. So it does surprise me just a little bit that they would be so heavily invested in that Nautilus pick as opposed to the Gragas. We'll see if it works for them and what Najin.
Yeah. A little bit of Volbeat. Okay, so Najin, they take the Rek'Sai, so it looks like they're trading Gragas. So they've traded Gragas and Rek'Sai so far, but Najin picking up Sivir for OQ. He's played a good Sivir if I recall correctly. So now that's gonna give him a lot of mobility, and she's a pretty good pick. Ku could play the Lucian to punish the Sivir. How does Corki fare against her? Jinx would be good too, actually. Jinx would be good against Sivir. Get the range for maxing your Q. Kind of keep up with her in terms of wave clear. Corki could do it as well. And that's like a classic Prey champion. Are they going to save last pick for Kuro? I imagine they would. They did that last game. No, they're locking in early Cassidy. Okay, so they want that high mobility. Okay, so Ku has a little bit better wave clear because they have Corki and Gragas to bust out those waves, and Cassidy really lacks there, so they're safe to pick Cassidy in this context. Plus, Cassidy just be able to dart in and out. Yeah, I think, okay, I'm thinking Najin's going to send the Nautilus as support. Maokai would be a good pickup. Yep, okay, so they're going to flex the Maokai. Well, not the Maokai, the Nautilus. Annie would be pretty good engaged. You don't really need Nami. She doesn't synergize too well with anyone on that team. Don't really need the peel. I think Janna would be okay, but at the same time, you're not really looking to peel for the Corki. You're just looking to kind of all in everybody. And they lock in the Morgana for Gorilla. I cuckoo. Damn it all. Alright, so let's talk team comps here. So Najin EM Fire. They're playing another pretty heavy Shishi composition. And that also gets really tanky. Except they picked up basically like the second available jungler. No priority on Sejuani in this series. They're going for Gragas. Both sides are favoring the Gragas and then Rek'Sai second. It might be a jungle pool thing. I know that Hojin doesn't really play Sejuani. Najin is looking for... I mean, you can very much team fight with this composition, but again, it's like another pick skirmish comp. You can use the Nautilus, the Rek'Sai, or the Maokai to catch someone out. Use Sivir ultimate to get in there real fast, clean up one, get a kill out of that, and go ahead and kite on back. Only issue in this case is that Sivir is a little less mobile than Vayne in fights, but just because she doesn't have that tumble to get around the map or to navigate through a skirmish. But I think there's a little bit of a little more emphasis on the 5v5 team fighting, though I think Najin does better when they go for the skirmish. Meanwhile, Ku Tigers, they got plenty of poke with the Gragas, the Morgana, and the Corki, so it's very heavy magic damage-wise. Then they got the front line of Gnar, which is going to be really hard to deal through, as well as getting Smeb onto a carry top laner, which is good. So now, you know, I think the GE is kind of reverting to a pretty good form. Like, these are all pretty much comfort picks for everybody. I don't know if Gragas is a comfort pick for Wisdom. I do have to say that. But you know, Smeb's Gnar has always been good, and he can carry on that champion. So there's a threat to gank for his lane. Praise Corki is just immaculate. He's going to do pretty well on that champion, be able to defend for himself. But Ku Tigers are going to be looking to kind of harass with some of the poke, and then instantly burst people down. I think they can force fights and disrupt them, and they kind of do what Najin did in last game by getting these mini skirmishes, using the Morgana to peel for them. You put Black Shield on a Cassin, and he goes in, and then you can't do anything to stop him. So that's a pretty potent combo. I think the Ku Tigers have a much better draft in this game. And it's really nicely layered, too. So Cassidy is going to, you know, he's going to become a monster in the late game, but until you get to that point, you have this early game Corki to buy yourself time into wave clear, as well as harass the enemy down, so that Cassidy can get to that point. That's such a good layering of a composition right there. Najin, they kind of have more of a mid-game spike, so they have to get a bunch of fights going early, keep the Cassidy down, get a whole bunch of towers taken down with Sivir's wave clear, and go for that objective. While Ku should be looking to delay that from them, get the Cassidy to be too huge for Ku to handle, for Najin to handle, excuse me. Ku should get so huge that they can't even handle themselves, bruh. That's fucking meta bait. Both mid laners going for the, hey, let's AFK in lane strat. The flask start. Najin and Ku. Ku and Najin. Pretty conservative level 1 on both sides. They're just watching for invade, so it looks like we're going to get some pretty standard stuff. And the Morgana pickup is actually pretty good against the Nautilus, because once you see the ult go down, you just black shield that target, and then it's like, what ult do you have? That said, there are ways for Najin to bait out that black shield and then redirect targets, so... Kuro looks like he's going to wait for an extra pot. Get all the sustain he can. Meanwhile, Smeb is like, rubla, dance. He's like, 8. Actually, Najin going for a lane swap here. They rotate a row, a data row. Yeah, they don't want to lane against the Corki with the Sivir. I think I'm correct on that.
Like you said, I mean, in that mid lane, of course, with Goong having a little bit more wave clear, we'll see if he can take advantage of that. Even post level 6. We're just going to see a jungle follow from
Choose, and it will be a lane swap coming in actually from Najin here.
Alright. Well,
side lanes if they so choose, and it will be a lane. This will be a lot about roaming both of these mid laners with a lot of movement.
Yeah, Monty's right about that. But see, like, that's a point I don't consider, so this is why I'm turning off the commentary, so that I can work on my own points. And begin to develop my own analysis. Anyway, so yeah, it sounded like they were surprised that Najin would go for the lane swap against the Morgana Corki. I think Morgana would handle Nautilus just fine in the laning phase, but I think Sever counters Corki fairly well. Alright, so Pure is looking to actually just do some bugging up. He studied the way of elimination, yo. Nautilus actually really good at level 1 bait. Oh, meanwhile, Gorilla dropping the Ignite to get a watch to back off. So both supports are looking to harass at the red buffs. So he tried to steal it with the Riptide. Fairly annoying, but ultimately Gorilla's jungle harassment did more to disrupt Najin than Pure's disrupted Q. Okay, so they're all backing. Freezes left on both sides, so Gorilla still level 1, holy shit. He's gonna back, so Nautilus is actually very good in these lane swap scenarios because like he could go roam and get some kill. He has so much CC because his kit, you have to keep in mind, it was like originally designed to be like a jungle, so he packs in so much crowd control that he can just go for whatever. Anyways, looks like Ku are investing a lot of resources actually to defend this top tower. Well, actually, no, they just want to go in and break the freeze. Okay, right now, they assume... Here you go. So they assume that Pure was roaming, and Smeb actually... Okay, he just leveled up, got his E. So, very fortunate for him, actually. So they assumed that Nautilus was going to be roaming around the map, like, you know, Gorilla was. But, you know, instead he was just waiting right there for Ku to come on in, so pretty good read, actually, from Najin. So now they keep Smeb down, they burn his he just burned his teleport. Duke is now able to come up to Corki, get some farm. Smeb is still being denied experience. And now Pure is actually going to back. Pretty good decision-making so far from Najin. Goong is already backed for a second Doran's ring. Actually, for 2 Doran's rings. Alright, and then it's the same thing. Okay, so Pure faded away with the backing. Now they're going to go in, and then Gorilla... Oh, my God. That was a really good angle on the binding, but Spell Shield Sivir, so... Anyways, it's Boomerang Wars in that lane. Gnar and Sivir, hey, catch! No, you catch! They're just looking to harass as hard as they can. Alright, so yeah, they're trying to break the freeze right now. Which Morgana actually serves a really good purpose in doing that. If she has Tormented Soil, she can help. But I think she has... Okay, now she has all her spells. Like, there's no way that she doesn't have them all now. Unless they put a second point into one of them, which would just be, like, borderline retarded. Kuro's got a pretty big minion wave in the mid lane, pushed up for Goong, so Goong's gonna have to deal with that. Gnar is... Oh man, they weren't able to actually get the lane to the tower to break the freeze, and now Gorilla's just gonna go off on his own. Oh my god, 22 CS gap between Duke and Smeb right now. That is just rough. That is not what you want your Smeb, who is on one of his best champions to be on. Najin are just fucking punishing in this lane swap. Yeah, and this is where we talk about, like, it's all about denying the top lane farm when you do these lane swaps, because the AD carries, as you can see, are, like, even in CS. You know, 54-54. Like, hell, they're almost CSing at the exact same time, except for when Sivir just went hard for the wave clear right there. So Smith's finally going to get some farming experience, because Najin wants to rotate. They want to have OQ back, pick up his BF sword, keep Duke down in bottom lane, and so that Prey can stay occupied. But Prey's actually going to be able to clear the wave out, and he's just going to back and get an item as well. So, but anyways, Sivir with her Q getting ranked up and that BF sword, she's just going to chunk Corki so hard and outpoke him while she'll be able to spell shield. So, looking really advantageous for her right now. Anyway, so standing lanes. And also, this is pretty bad. If you look, Gorilla's roaming hasn't really gotten him anything. And now he's down 2 levels to Pure. He's level 3 to Pure's level 5. That's huge. So, yeah, that's a spooky place to be in. So anyways, now Duke is almost there to a Catalyst. He's got 2 Doran's rings, so he has a bit of an item edge over Smeb, and level 6 on Smeb. But so Maokai's able to have been able to avoid, like, the pretty bad matchup against Snar that he has early on, and now with the item advantage, with the level advantage, he's gonna be able to bully Smeb. Smeb's looking to back right now. He's got TP, so he's gonna back, probably work on components for his Hex Drinker now that he's laning against the Maokai. Yeah, there it is. Longsword, Null Magic Match will immediately teleport back into lane. So now Najin has this timing window of about 3 minutes where they could look for a play in the bottom side of the map and go for a dragon. Anyway, so there's OQ like, nah, bitch. Blue buff transfer happening within Q. A lot of vision for Najin around Dragon side again. Q's answering it a little bit. Looks like Uncle Gargus is going for a Scuttlebug. Is he actually starting Dragon? Actually, the really good timing from him, because he knows. Okay, so why he's doing this is that. Oh my gosh, this is really interesting jungle play right now. So why he did that is that Ku went for Dragon because he saw Goong leave lane to go get blue buff, so he knows that watch is on the opposite side of the map. Against any other jungler except Rek'Sai, this would probably be a free Dragon, but because this is warded for Najin, they're able to immediately, watch just ults over, comes on in, and now, yeah, they force Ku off. So. And that was safe also to go for because Duke burned his teleport to go back to lane. So, anyways, Kuro is doing pretty well to lane against Ahri. He is down CS, but that's expected in the Kassadin matchup just because Ahri can push him in and he has a hard time farming under tower. Ergo, behold. Alright, so pretty much a standoff-like thing. Now, the funny thing is that I think Ku wants the laning phase to go out, be a little protracted just so that the Kassadin can get bigger and bigger. Kind of like while Najin wants to get out of the laning phase pretty fast. Okay, so Wisdom's looking for a play onto Goong. Kuro goes in, gets the slowdown. Okay, so they force the ultimate out of Goong, and Goong's going to try and get some retaliation damage, but Kuro sidesteps the true damage proc. So, ults for nothing, so Wisdom could look to maybe farm Mr. Scuttle Crab and come back for a return visit. Pure trying to get a harass down, nothing happening. He just barely missed the anchor. Alright, yeah, here it is, the return gank. Although right now, Watch is there, looking to harass Kuro, or at least dissuade it. So I think he read that pretty well. Yeah, using the Rek'Sai Tremor Sense, they got some vision here. So, I mean, they saw Gragas top side, so they can assume that he's still here. And so, yeah, Watch is playing to his side of the map very well, dissuading that gank by showing himself. So, yeah, so he basically saved Goong's ass right there. And now he's going on the left side. And so now, oh man, Watch is reading Wisdom really well, actually, right now. So, knowing that Wisdom is probably wanting to get this Ahri gank in so he can get a kill for his cast and begin to snowball Kuro, while Goong has no ultimate, Watch then got a ward down here so he can see Gragas going for the rotation to try from the other side after he got denied. So anyways, he's just gonna be forced off. Anyways, yeah, now Najin actually has a moment where they could try for a dragon, but OQ's not quite there yet. They're just gonna go for Scuttle if it's up. Yeah, no, it just passed. So they get some more vision down, so Najin, again, they've just done really well to establish vision. And now here we go, with the Kassadin back, Najin is doing exactly what they want to do. They want to get these towers to fall so then they can group earlier and begin to take the structures away from Ku. Gorilla is going to be there, Wisdom's going to show up though, so but that's a lot of damage on that mid tower. While Prey pushes in, or OQ pushes in Prey. Gorilla's killing around, drops a ward on Dragon. Goong's back, TP is up for Smeb, but he's in Mega Gnar, he's going to lose it, so if Najin feel fiery enough, I didn't mean to do that for the sake of the pun, if they're feeling up to it, they could teleport in with Duke, and then Smeb would have to answer, but without Mega Gnar. But it looks like they're just going to give it away, which is okay. Like, again, Goong wasn't there, so if you don't think you're going to win that fight over the first dragon, and you're up against this composition which is going to outscale yours, you don't want to risk going in for that fight, giving over kills, and then like, oh shit, now we're behind and we fed them kills. So I think it's okay for them to give them the first dragon, but they're going to have to set up for the second one and get control over that. Meanwhile, though, Goong is just going to get more damage onto this tower. Again, it's expected. Kassadin just can't do much to defend his turrets. Neither mid laner has really done any roaming. Yeah, this has been a pretty actionless game. DFI, I can go with that. Get a bit of Disturb in the house. Okay. Once again, Duke getting a bit of a CS lead over Smeb. It's almost 20. 16. Pretty even in mid, pretty even in bottom lane. Junglers are pretty much on point. Najin and Zephyr once again, not Zephyr, Najin and, not even Najin. Watch Pure, grouped up again, getting some vision down. Okay, you see the bottom lane return. Okay, so they're waiting for Prey and Gorilla to overextend because they got vision control down here, so I think they just saw Gragas mid. Yeah, they're pinging Gragas. So they know that they have an angle here, but they're just going to back off. Which I think is wise, because right now Ku is leashing blue buff, so they're going to be moving to that side of the map. So if they win on in, like Kassadin and Gragas would arrive in time, and Morgana with her black shield will be able to keep Corki alive from that gank, so... Anyways, yeah, Kuro just going to go on in while Watch is nearby. Try and harass Goong. Anyway, so they go... Oh! Nope. Flash and ult from Wisdom. Oh, Kuro didn't get his Ignite down. That might have been a kill if he did. Why didn't he? He had it up. Once Wisdom comes in, he should have had it down right here. he should have had Goong ignited right as he went in. Like right there, that's a dead Goong. Oh man, Kuro did not get that ignite. And there was no reason to. He was right on top of him. Anyways, now, okay, so now Corki has his Trinity Force. Cassidy just got his Rod, so that's stacking for another 10 minutes. I think 8 actually right now. Sivir has her Infinity Edge. Once again, though, Q's comp kind of does mad sieging. At least now they got a little more poke, because now they have the Gragas on their side. Nara in his mini form can also contribute to it a bit. And then Corki will just be able to eat through towers. But again, like, there's also pretty good wave clear. Like, Sivir Ahri is just such... It's a lot of wave clear. So once again, I think Ku will have a hard time, like, sieging towers straight up. But if they can force the fights and get a bunch of kills and, you know, win some dives, then they can take towers really easily. Kuro's like, man, fuck this world. Alright, so they see gank opportunity. Yeah, there you go. Black Shield, Morgana against the Nautilus. The Morgana was a really good pick, considering the situation. And again, Najin couldn't run with the Nautilus top this game because there just wouldn't have been enough damage without a hyper carry. Alright, so I missed the ward. Dragon's up in 1 minute. Teleports are on both top laners. Ku is able to get some vision in. Najin are going to have to fight this one, though. And they got a lot of good tools. They got the Maokai's completed the Righteous Glory, okay? So that means he wants to be grouped. He wants to get that movement speed and immediately either get a pick with his team before Dragon spawns so then they can take it for free, or to successfully win the team fight by just getting onto the right targets. Cassidy is still scaling. Okay, there goes the mid tower, so if they can keep Kuro pushed in, and he's at half health. That's pretty bad, considering the Dragon's up soon. Doesn't have a zone used yet either. Smev is getting some pressure onto this top tower. Yeah, okay, so this should be Najin's dragon, in all honesty. Like, Wisdom showing mid, it's coming up in 3 seconds. Go do dragon. You got the vision. Only problem is just that Sivir is not there. Oh man, this would be such the perfect time to do dragon. But instead, oh my god, why? Why would you not? It's like, Meganar is going to go away in a moment. Sivir was bottom lane, yeah. Like, if she could have pushed the Corki in fast enough and then rotate over, sure. But man, that's, like, they got the vision for it. I don't think they saw Wisdom backing. If they saw Wisdom backing, they were on that shit. Anyway, so now Oki wants to pick up probably Zerka Greaves and parts for his Static Shiv. Oh, that's annoying. Anyways, but now Kuro's back. He's got a Negatron Cloak. Not going for that Zhonya second. Pretty much close to it. And now Ku has this moment to get on the dragon. And OQ is clearing bot wave instead of going up there. And are they going to give up this dragon as well? Alright, so they chose to give up dragon for a pretty low bot tower. I think you could contest that dragon. Because this Kassan is only going to get bigger and stronger. Like, he doesn't have a Zhonya's right now. Unless you're worried about Corki poke. Anyways, but now it's like, okay, so they took bottom tower, but I'm pretty sure on this next wave, like, Corki's just going to do... Alright, okay. Oh, if OQ stays, they can defend this tower in bottom lane. Anyways, yeah, but now Wisdom's here. They're like, alright, boys, we want this tower. Yeah. Okay, so they're going for the fight. Oh, that's bad. Gorilla spell shield himself, so now Prey had no peel. Very selfish play. Alright, so Najin get that one. How'd that all break out? Okay, so Duke just backed, and he immediately teleports, and he has home guard. So the second he does that, you know, he's communicating with his team, he gets home guard, and then he's coming on in the fight. Smeb answers with his own teleport onto a minion. But at this point, Prey is so chunked out from getting locked by the CC of Maokai and the follow-up damage from Sivir that he's just boned. Gorilla should not have spell shielded himself in that case. Prey was a more important target. Yeah, so Najin pick up a fight. Ku tried to force a bomb tower objective, and they're still waiting to scale up with the Kassadin. So not particularly smart. Meanwhile, Goong with 5-3-3 points. I don't know which one he put levels in first. It's OQ sitting on like 2,000 gold. Smeb's caught up in CS, but he doesn't have a core item completed just yet. That was a really good TP play from Duke. Yeah, Duke has performed really well this series. Okay, he gets the ult out of Goong now. Alright, now here we go. Now Ku are trying to answer right now. Forcing the ultimate out of Ahri. They got this brief moment where they can wail in this tower. Using the Corki Triforce Power Spike. Really good use of that. Okay, now Ku is coming online. So they're getting closer to Kassadin completing his second item, which I'm assuming is going to be like a Rod of... Or not Rod of Ages, an Abyssal Scepter. The Rod of Ages is now done stacking. So now they're able to open up this mid lane map just a little bit more. Use Prey's Trinity Force to rip through it. And begin to make up some ground. So... yeah, again, you saw, like, there was really good wave clear coming out of Goong, but Prey just takes towers so quickly that there's not much of, like, basically in order to protect those towers, Goong and OQ need to be there. Because all it's going to take is, like, 2 waves for Prey to eat through a tower. And then Kuro also did quite a bit of damage too as well. Kuro working towards that Abyssal Scepter. In a way, I'll be okay with the new Abyssal Scepter rework on PvE, where every mid laner isn't just going to build it for free for an extra penetration item, but I don't know how much I like it going onto tanks the way it is. Anyways, so once again, Najin getting the outer tower, so they've taken all 3 of Ku's outer towers, but it's like at 22 minutes in. I think that had to happen a lot earlier in the game. Anyways, but immediately, look at this, and then Ku are immediately grouping up with Prey once again, to just take this other tower, so they're just trading towers right now, which is better for Ku. Ku are using Prey really well. Like, Ku just always looks comfortable whenever Prey is on Corki. Fun fact, every game this series so far, the ADC who builds Ghostblade loses. So far. Games 1 and 2 it holds true. Game 3 could be the one that breaks it. Alright, that's a random open built for Smeb. A completed locket for Watch while Wisdom's only sitting on an Aegis. Both mid laners completed their abyssals at the same time. Corki's getting a Cutlass. Morgana is working on... I don't know what the hell she's working on. She's got a Kindle Gem in there. I'm trying to think of what Morgana would build with said Kindle Gem. Dragon 1 minute. Najin again. Najin are doing really good to get really good early vision down on an objective. They got scuttle control. It's gonna expire by the time Dragon spawns, but hey. Anyways though, let's see, Goong not in too good of a spot. He's gonna have to back off. Smeb looking to harass. Oh yeah, so Ku's just applying pressure in bottom lane. Duke is split pushing top. His teleport's gonna come online by the time Dragon is up. So he's gonna get plenty of free pressure here. Smeb is just choosing to stay grouped with his team. Okay, so Ku again, they're using these little timing windows where the Ahri and the Sivir are separated in order to take these towers. Alright, so now, and then they get up in turrets, which is really good for Ku again. Anyway, so now Kuro's gonna go up top, clear this minion wave. Dragon's up in 11 seconds. Now, Najin has this timing window because Kuro isn't at Dragon just yet. But he's going to get there soon enough. He's a Kassadin. Okay, so Dragon is live. They got the vision for it. They don't want to get clustered up. Okay, see, another thing, though, is that Najin can't group up against it because then you're going into Morgana ultimate, Gnar ultimate, and then Gragas ultimate to disperse it. So they can't really start the Dragon when that threat is there. Kuro has already rotated it on down. They need to find a way to get a pick, but none of the carries exposing themselves just yet. And Smeb is going to stack up his rate Gnar bar a little bit off the minion wave and top side. So then, if he does teleport, yeah, he's just always looking. He's getting a slow push developing top as well. Alright, so he's coming with a TP, but he's not going for a flank. He's just looking to come in to support his team, which makes sense because he's not tanky enough yet. Watch goes in pretty early. Alright, Najin stole Dragon. That's really good for them, actually. Alright, but let's see. Yeah, Watch is going to get out there in the network of tunnels. Black Shield, there you go. Black Shield stops the Nautilus ultimate, but there's so much movement speed on Najin's side that they can just disengage, even against a Kassadin, which is really impressive. Alright, well played, Najin. That was as smooth as you needed it to be. Don't commit all the way. Just let the jungler get in there, go for the smite fight. You got your Rek'Sai, so you got plenty of ways to get out of there should the situation go awry. And then you use all of your movement speed buffs just to get the fuck out. Really good play. That was a really smooth move. Anyways, though, but because they have the retreat, Ku is going to take that pressure, get in on top side around Baron, because that's the next point of contention. Also, I'm noticing one thing with my analysis. A lot of his is retroactive. I'm seeing what's happening and analyzing as it's going instead of being predictive. Because actually, like, if you think about it in that context, it's like, okay, if you just lost Dragon, the enemy team burned a bunch of ultimates, you should rotate over the Baron side, get some vision down there. I should have called that out. Show off my skills. My skill shit. Anyways, and yet somehow Najin's got more vision on Baron. Ku's vision is really lackluster in this series. It seems like Najin just set it up really well, and they've played around it, while Ku not so much. Like, look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wards around Baron for Najin. There's like 2 close to it for Ku. That's just get wrecked. Anyways, large rod on Kassadin. We can assume that's for Azonia's. Ahri going for one as well. That could be a death cap or Azonia's. Or Luden's Echo, but I think she's going to wait on that. And actually, maybe. Yeah, there you go. Kuro can just do that and be like, whoop, 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 whoop. And Kassadin is 1 level away from 16. That's when he really gets scary as shit, dude. Super completing her last whisper already. That's good. Not a lot of armor yet built up on Ku's side, but now she'll be ahead of that curve. So anyways, yeah, but you can see like how Ku now has this ability to kind of, both sides have this ability to kind of poke at one another. I think Ku, actually no, Najin has the edge in poke. Ari and Sivir can do some pretty big damage with their poke spells. Ku basically relies on Kuro going in, landing a quick spell, and then juking everything, or Prey hitting his stuff. That's about it. Anyways, but here's Ku's side wave control coming in right now. That's a huge minion wave in the bottom side. So I think, okay, so then Ku has a couple options because that minion wave's going to crash in the tower. So Najin has to stay in the mid because if you... Duke doesn't have teleport just yet. So if you send someone down there, you're going to give up pressure around the Baron or the mid lane, and Ku can choose to force either. That said, Najin instead is going to try and push up mid and threaten that tower, but if they do that, Ku's just going to chill at Baron. There's the scrying orb going down. The reasonable response that Najin could do in this situation is send Rek'Sai bottom lane and then have her ult back to her team. Just leave a tunnel in the jungle. That you could do that. But Ku right now has so much pressure on that side of the map that they'll probably find that tunnel. Oh my gosh, that's like 4 waves crashing into that bottom tower right now. Jesus, that's fucking brutal. And there's gonna be another one top, and Ku's riding that wave in. So yeah, they're gonna. Okay, let's see how fast they kill this tower, boys. It's gone. There you go. That's the Corki for you. Now Najin are trying to come in from behind, and they're gonna get into this corridor where there's just where the poke from Ku is so much more effective. Ku is using their composition really well right now. Crashing that mini-wave tower. Oh man, Najin lost a lot right there. And now Ku could rush this Baron, actually. They got the Gnar who does percent damage, that Blade of the Rune King on the Corki. Gorilla's just going to sweep some vision out. Okay, here they come, though. Baron's at half health. Gotta pull off of it. Alright, but now Najin does have a wave bouncing back towards Ku. Okay, yeah, Corki, I'm like, what are you doing? Stop. He had a second Vamp Scepter. I'm like, no, bitch, don't do it. It's fucking trash. Arm Guard for Casadino. Yeah, okay, so Najin needs to be able to win some of the team fights that they're going into. Use the movement speed, kite out the damage they need to. Third dragon, well, the 4th dragon of the game is up now. Neither side has a lot of vision around it. They've been focusing their vision more on dragon. But again, Ku is keeping them pretty occupied with the pushing waves. Alright, so they got Scuttle Vision. Kuro is going to get bottom lane pushing for them. Prey aggro dragon. Kuro's joining them now, okay. Alright, so Watch is once again going into the pit. Okay, Dragon over to Wisdom this time. Alright, so again, this is a very similar approach actually to the last fight. Najin keeps the rest of Ku threatened in the riverbed. Watch will go in, try and solo out, try and steal the Dragon buff, and then if he fails that, then he can just bail out. This time, though, he didn't have a tunnel in the pit, or he didn't have it. I don't know if he made the tunnel in the pit he got out last time, after he went in and then like tunneled out, or if it was there to begin with, but, he had to burn flash this time. Well, they get a pick on Smeb, but Black Shield cleansing a lot of it. Oh, but Smeb has no mini Gnar. This is a really good fight from Najin. Recognizing that this window, okay, they lost the Mega Gnar, and now they're just going to clean up. Oh, that charm. That was really decisive from Najin. That was really good. That should be Baron for them. See, that's exactly what Najin needs to do. Like, abuse the Gnar timing window with the ultimate, and then use their movement just to go for that huge pick. Yeah, they should be able to get this Baron, which is going to keep Ku Tigers on the back foot right now. I've been talking a lot like how Caston is going to be like huge in the late game, but Sivir and Ari are also pretty respectable, and the Maokai. Let's talk about Maokai in late. Holy shit, Maokai in the late game when the enemy team doesn't have a hyper carry. Jesus, can we not? Yeah, and here you go. So you see that once they got the black shield onto Smeb, then Pure immediately ults onto Corki to force him out of the fight. So again, they just read the CC really well, didn't burn all of it onto that Morgana ultimate, and then Gudu can just come on in, he gets Gorilla. Yeah, then Prazer's dead. Yeah, and that really resulted from Ku's lack of vision control. Again, like Najin pretty much like, or no, Ku and Najin on Dragon side brute forced their way in, but Najin had much better vision control around the Baron. Ku needs to be able to contest more vision and play around it better, because this looks like a pretty big problem. And now Najin just taking that Baron buff, rotating everywhere. They took mid, they took top. They're probably gonna get bottom outer, or inner, excuse me. Caston and Ari both got their zonias complete. Wisdom with the troll recall. Okay, there's no Mega Gnar right now, and Najin know this. They're just trying to chip away at these inhibitor towers. Really good use of Baron by Najin. Koa's got a really good CS lead for himself, actually. Alright, so Baron expires. There was recall and Najin with their Baron got a bunch of wards into Q's jungle. This should set them up for a dragon. They're looking for picks within the Fog of War. Najin or Q slowly clawing their way back into the vision game around their blue jungle. Again, another big sideway building up for Q as well in the top lane. Those are always pretty well timed. Najin gonna detach down, go for this dragon. Q forced to give it up. But as they recall, they're gonna look to get some vision around the Baron. So that's gonna help, and then Duke is gonna deal with his top lane wave. Anyways, yeah, so Ku are just waiting to push in. They're waiting for this pick. This is actually a really good spot to hide. Oh, Rek'Sai. Watch, smelled it. Anyways, they have a big wave bottom to deal with, so Ku has to back off. Baron up in 30. Najin just trying to keep pressure in mid lane. Sivers completed her Bloodthirster, which is good. Jesus, that guy has so many items. Nar's like right up there with him though. Again, Najin has just so much better vision control, but right now, like, Ku is just in the mid lane, so they're not even like playing into Najin's hands when it comes to that. Which lane is that bottom one pushing for right now? I know top is pushing for Najin. I want to say bot's pushing for Ku. Oh man, this is so risky. Well, not risky. That's just tense. Not seeing anybody. Just like, where are they? And then you slowly climb for vision. Kuro, yeah, okay, so they're using Kuro and Kassadin just to clear all the side waves. Again, makes sense. Kassadin just warps everywhere. Alright, they're going for a pick with Kuro top, but nothing coming of it. That's one of the Righteous Glories down. There's like another one on the Maokai, and Sivir has her ultimate, so not too big of a loss. A little bit of Baron harass. Yeah, so this is a really long standoff between the two teams. Just struggling for vision control. Waiting for the other side to make a mistake. Kuro going in with a black shield. Doesn't hit anybody with his harass, really. But again, Ku with a big side wave and bot. Oh, okay, they're chunking Duke. That's the ultimate out of him. Meganar popped, Wisdom flashing on over the wall, Black Shield. Okay, so they picked on the Duke. Yeah, he just got way too hammered. Which way did Wisdom come from? Okay, so he came up there, and oh man, he hit Duke mid-flash. That's great. Ulti from Nautilus, but now it's like, okay, Kassadin, yeah, you can't escape. That tower won't save you for long. So now they got a big wave bot. The top laner is dead, and that's the tank line. So now they can turn to Baron, look to go for that, and yeah, Najin's just going to give it up. And they lose bottom tower. Ku's side control this game has been really good, actually. They rode a wave in, they play really well with that, so this team is really good when it comes to that. Jesus, Kuro is fucking massive. He's coming up with a Void Staff next. And a frozen mallet for Gnar. Okay. You're not laning against a Hecarim, buddy, and that's a pretty late one at that. And then a Hex Drinker for Sivir. She wants that extra damage, but I would honestly get like a... Well, maybe you don't need Cleanse, because she's probably counting on just being able to spell shield, like the initial spells that come on through, and then... I guess. She's more interested in getting a health shield against Kassadin. There's Goong, you don't need your flask, sell it. Maw completed for the Sivir. Oh, lucky, that's what we're gonna build. Duh. I'm actually surprised that there's no righteous... I take that back. Well, maybe on the Gragas. I think you could have built the Righteous Glory on the Gragas, so then at least you have some movement speed to kind of pseudo-counter the Najin one. I know it's not necessary because you have Korgio as a huge escape, Kassadin is Kassadin, and you also got the Gragas ultimate for disengage as this Q. But I think it would have been a bad pickup. I think the double locket's okay. There you go, yeah, and look at that. Ku has a much better sieging comp with a Baron buff. What's funny is that Najin has 5 kills and Ku has 1. Like, all of Ku's advantages this game has been fucking taken from little small advantages or side wave control. Okay, fight. Once again, Najin are really good at going in once Gnar ultimate is down and Gnar is no longer in mega form. They're just really good at that, and so now they're just going to punish this. Go ham for the chase. Wisdom's probably going to die. Okay, no, they get out. Crow's going to keep mid lane pressure up. Yeah. Get some dinner soon. Prey's gonna catch that wave. Okay. Here he goes again. Man, Najin plays the same script, but now Smeb's actually building up some rage, so he could go Mega Gnar soon. If he kites it out long enough and lives. And here it comes. Okay. Alright, so Najin are actually sitting on a ward. And then he just wants to bait it. He's got the spell shield. Pure comes on in. They ult on a Prey. He just gets way the hell out. Black shield on him, so he's not even hurt by that. Or disrupted. Pure is chunked really low in the early of the fight. Good Zonias from Kuro. He's going to Rift Walk away. He's going to flash, then Rift Walk. He gets hit on again. But then Prey has just like free reign here. Smeb gets that. Gets a good W stun on the Duke. Okay, so GE successfully dodged the first rotation of it. Or the first approach from Najin. Wisdom's getting really chunked though. Not the most impressive Gnar ult, but he got it off at least. Najin still pretty healthy on their carries though. Like they almost had that fight. But still, for Ku to kite that fight out, pick up 1 kill from it, and safely get out, that's a bigger win for them. I'm waiting for Silver to sell the Ghost Blade, pick up a Phantom Dancer or a Static Shiv. Just to improve her crit in the late game. Alright, so here they go again on the Smeb, but now he's stacking up the Rage Bar. I think Najin's getting a little too impatient. Okay, so now they're split. Okay, so they get on to Prey. He's getting pretty screwed. And then, oh, Goong. That was a super early Zonias. Yeah, Najin's just not waiting. They're going for these fights when Smeb is stacking up his rage, and so then you get the Mega Gnar coming on out, and the Ku are just able to kite everything out, and then that's that, yeah. And that's game. Okay, so to summarize that one, Najin had like did good to get the advantages early. They were able to get all the Hour Towers, but then once Prey got his Trinity Force, like Ku immediately abused that power spike. They rotated to mid, and they went to top lane, and Ku's side wave control in this game was pretty spot on. Like, that's their first ace. That's the first time killing 5 people, they had 2 kills in 52 minutes, and then they got another 5 in the last one of it. They were just completely chipping away at the towers with those side lane waves, denying so much farm, so much XP to Najin. And then Cassian was able to scale in the late game. Prey was able to stay safe. The Morgana was a great pickup to stop this really heavy CC style that Najin was going to use. Najin had really good picks playing around their vision. Ku really needs to improve on that, I think. Maybe it's just a result of Wisdom not having a lot of experience. You know, but I think that near the end of it, Najin just started to go for these picks onto Smeb when all the resources to protect him were up, and he was able to survive it and then go into Meganar and contribute to the fights. And all right, he didn't like solo carry those fights, but I mean, if him in mini form would have prevented those small things. So that's my thoughts on the second game. Anyways, I'm gonna go get dinner, guys. Probably finish that up when I get done. So thanks for keeping up with me so far on the little review today.